You've also got some props in Monday Night Football tonight. So we've got 2 games on the slate in Monday Night Football. You're looking at Tyler Algier over 28.5 rushing yards. Why?
Yeah, I just feel like he's going to get some run tonight. You can run on Buffalo, and I don't think Atlanta wants to get into a shootout with the Bills. Like, I just don't think it would benefit them. And if you look at his numbers, I don't know if he's getting 16 carries like he did against Washington, and he had 16 carries against Minnesota, but I think Atlanta's best chance is to not make this a fast break kind of game that Buffalo would want to play. And if that's the case, then you want to have plenty of runs. And I think Bijan's going to have his, and I think Tyler Algier's going to have his, and I think the number's relatively reasonable. He's gone over this number in 2 of his last 3 games. Really weird. He only had 1 carry against Carolina, but that game got kind of carried away. They lost that game 30-0. So I just feel like Atlanta is going to have to slow this game down and try and grind yards out, so that way Buffalo doesn't have the ball a ton. And I think Algier gets some yardage in this one.
Kicker whisperer, Matt Prater, over 1.5 field goals made. You're not afraid that it's plus 110?
I mean, I am, but we did, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, we gave out a kicker prop on Monday night that was plus money. The Atlanta is allowing 2.8 field goals per game. That number goes up to 3 at home, and it's 2.5 on the road. And if you look, Matt Prater has been very busy so far this season. And so, it's not my favorite bet of the night. My next one's my favorite one. Prater has had multiple field goals in 3 of his 5 games. He had multiple field goal attempts in 4 of the 5 games. I just feel like I trust Atlanta at home to hold them to a field goal. Remember, we're indoors. Matt Prater, everybody's got a great leg now. Everybody's kicking 50, 60-yard field goals. So I'm going to take a shot at plus money on Matt Prater.
I know that you work in the DC, Virginia area, so you know the Commanders pretty well. And I still don't understand Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's nickname being Bill, but that's besides the point. You like Bill over 8.5 receiving yards tonight. Why are we going with the receiving yards as opposed to his run game, which is facing a Bears run D that sucks?
Well, I think both things are probably in play here, but the 8.5 and it's 9.5 on DraftKings now. If you look the last 2 games, 39 receiving yards and 10 receiving yards for Bill. And look, no Terry McLaurin, no Noah Brown. Debo's not 100%. How much can Zach Ertz do? How much can Luke McCaffrey do? The Bears pass rush isn't great, but the Commanders offensive line is not great. So I feel like there could be some dump offs, some screenplays. Chris Rodriguez, who knows how healthy he'll be for tonight's game? It looks like he's going to play, but he didn't practice all week. So I think Bill's going to get a lot of snaps tonight, and I feel like there's going to be some screen passes. What better way to take care of an aggressive defense than to throw some screen passes over them? I think Bill can get that with 1 reception here. So 8.5, 9.5, 10.5 even, I guess. I like the over on Bill's receiving yards tonight.
This is a revenge spot. You obviously probably talked about this game ad nauseum on your radio show. When you've got the Commanders hosting a Bears team that is coming in as 4.5-point dogs, the Bears are, they're coming in with vengeance. This was a crazy game the last time these 2 quarterbacks went head-to-head. You'd have to think after the Bears lost that close game to the Commanders last time out, that Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, who then lost his head coach, lost a bunch of coaches towards the end of that season because everything went downhill after that L, that they're coming in ready to fight.
Yeah, and you're giving Ben Johnson 2 weeks. I mean, remember, they're coming off their bye week, so 15 days of rest. You're giving Ben Johnson, a self-appointed offensive guru, a chance to, draw up trick plays, to do a bunch of different things, find what Washington doesn't do well. Hint, the defense is not great outside of their linebackers. So I feel like that this is going to be a higher scoring game. If I was to play anything like side or total, I probably would go over here. I feel like this is a 28-24 type of game. I feel like Rome Odunze could get a touchdown tonight. I feel like, we could see some random third tight end or offensive lineman get a touchdown for Chicago. But this one feels like a back and forth game. Weather could be a little bit of a factor. Small chance of rain tonight. Won't be a lot of rain. A small chance of wind gusts, which we know will change things depending upon which direction you're going. But this feels like an over game tonight. I said on my show 28-24 Commanders. I would not be shocked. I mean, remember, these 2 have played some weird games. 2 years ago, when the Bears couldn't score on anybody, they went to D.C. on a Thursday night and they scored 50. That should have been the time that ended Ron Rivera's career. It didn't. And then the year before that was the game in Chicago when Carson Wentz and the Commanders lost 9-6 or 1-9-6. It was a terrible game. It was Carson Wentz's final game with the Commanders. These 2 have played some weird games the past couple of years.
I like the over Jaden Daniels 1.5 passing touchdowns, which is around plus 120. And I feel like you're getting that price because his receivers are all hurt. Someone's got to score.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, you're looking at a guy who has only gone over that once, and that was the game in Green Bay. Look, I agree. I mean, I usually
The
shade
Bears
that
have been
way.
like one of the worst pass Ds in the red zone.
And listen, I
Granted,
get
they
it.
suck at stopping the run too.
I 100% get it. I also think Caleb Williams is an interesting one at 1.5. I don't trust Marshawn Lattimore. I don't trust Mike Santrasiel. I don't trust any of the other guys in that secondary. So I feel like we're going to get a lot of passing touchdowns. I don't know. DraftKings every once in a while has like an over on passing touchdowns. I might be interested in that between the two of them. It'll probably be like 3.5. But I feel like both teams will take advantage of the other secondary. The Bears to score over 2.5 touchdowns is plus 105. That's an interesting bet too, because Washington's defense looked great at home against the Raiders last week, but like I just don't expect them to do that once again. And if they do, then Ben Johnson's not the genius we thought he was.
Sorry, I'm watching the game, Mariners, Blue Jays, and the Mariners just gave up a run on an error. So now I don't know. It's 3-1 now. Seattle's up. Bottom of the first. Does that get that's an error? Like that was a throwing error on the first baseman who tried to throw to Gilbert at first, and now the run scored. So you might end up. Oh God, that's gonna annoy me if you're right about this, because that's. Oh no, it's still an earned run because it was his base runner. Unless they didn't, right?
Well, so it wouldn't have been. I don't think it would have been an earned run if that would have been the third out. But since it would have been the first out, I guess we're assuming the run would still score. So I think it is an earned run.
Right. Okay. It is an earned run on the box score. I was confusing myself. So that's one earned run for Logan Gilbert. We need two. Throwing error. Right. I don't know. I was just error. I know it's an error, but it still counts as an earned run, it said.
Correct. Yeah. I see Yahoo says it's still an earned run. Now they might change it, but this is just what this is what I'd be worried about if I was you. That's all. I mean, if you had the over,
but Vladdy's up now.
If you had the over 1.5, you'd be fine.
If I had a 2-run homer to tie this thing, Mark, we're on the same page. Gilbert was charged with the run on ESPN. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I was just making sure the throwing error didn't screw something up.
No, I think it would have been different if it was 2 outs and that would have been the third out. Then I think everything would have been unearned.
That confuses me. Okay. I'm sounding like a dumb blonde, but I'm just trying to do too many things at once. Okay, Vladdy's at the plate. It's down 3-1 to Seattle. Bottom of the first, no outs still. These pitchers are struggling in this game. Oh, Vladdy boy, come on. Why'd you have to do that? Grounded out to short. Nice scoop by the shortstop. So now runner on third. Bottom of the first, 1 out, still 3-1. Okay.
And it's now 11.5 live when you could have gotten the 9.5.
This is definitely a high score. This is going to be a high scoring game. These pitchers look terrible today. Savage looks bad. Gilbert looks bad. You're going to have to go to the pens. I feel like outside of Milwaukee, no bullpen has been safe this postseason.
No, nobody has been. I mean, that's the bullpen. And this is what happens and it annoys me. The managers overmanage. It's just, if you're going to take your starting pitcher out the moment he gives up a hit or a run or has any sort of struggle, then he shouldn't start. Then just go to a bullpen game. Like, these guys are your starters all year long and they help get you to the postseason. Why all of a sudden are you changing everything because one bad stretch? Like, it's tiring to me. And by the way, like, Detroit should have never taken Skubal out in the 7th inning. Like,
I should have hit my over. I was so pissed.
Well, he was at 91, I think.
99. He got pulled at 99.
Like, it's your final game. Skubal should have gone 120.
Let him go.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have hit my over on outs.
Which is funny because you usually don't go that high on outs.
Never. But in that case, I did. Hi, Sean Michael. Welcome to the chat. How are the Tigers doing?
How are the Lions doing?
It was a rough weekend to be Sean Michael, wasn't it? And you can't even bark back at me because I don't care. My teams are dead. Like, they are dead to me. Completely dead to me. So are Matt's Phillies. Your Eagles, that also was painful, but we already talked about that on Friday.
It's all right though. The Phillies decided to bring back the manager that cost them the last couple years. They're like,
You knew
oh,
that
it's
was
okay.
happening, though. You knew that was coming. Your
It's
Eagles
so
are
bad.
2.5-point road favorites against Minnesota. Minnesota looks nicely teasable, but they'll
Let
probably
me
crush them.
no, they won't. No. Let me tell you. You want to know when DEFCON 5 happens? When Carson Wentz beats the Eagles on Sunday. Then that's and by the way, Zadarius Smith retiring. Like he said it was
Yeah.
a him thing, not an Eagles thing. Like, interesting.
Wasn't he
I think that
hurt?
no, he was our best pass rusher, and
I thought
now
he was
he's
hurt,
retiring.
though.
No, he was fine. He's our
Retiring
best pass rusher.
mid-season? That's weird.
It's because he's old, or at least he said it was a personal thing. And I hope I hope there's nothing wrong with anybody. But he said he told Diana Rossini it was a him thing, not an Eagles thing. But rough
So
sign
who's
that
gonna get a ring first? The Phillies, the Yankees, or the Ravens?
can I tell you, I want to buy the Ravens now to make the playoffs. I'm
Get
buying the
out.
Ravens. Why
Get out
not?
of here.
Look at their schedule coming up. They
I
have
know
2
what their
winnable
schedule is
games
coming
coming
up.
up, and they have 2 games with the Bengals, or they have a bunch of easy games coming up. Lamar will be healthy. You'll be healthier out of the bye week. I'm buying the Ravens, not to win the division, to make the playoffs. I'm buying the
They're
Ravens right
only plus
now
106. Yuck.
to make the playoffs.
Yeah, on FanDuel.
Oh, well, I'm still buying it. Still plus. You're not
The
getting that
Texans,
plus.
like who said, Uncle Ted said in the chat, the Texans are plus 184 at least. If I could get close to 2-1, that's better.